Well, we've just discovered one finalist in Wade Carmichael. Who is he going to be up against? Filipe Toledo, last year's event champion, or Kanoa Igarashi, who's yet to break through for a championship tour victory. It's going to be a fantastic fight for the last spot in the Corona Open J-Bay final.
He can hold true to his game and stay on the best waves. That man could take this thing down, because it's going to be a really tough go. With this wind that you feel right now, just picking up, literally as we're speaking, is going to kind of take that air game away just a little bit more. So if we can keep those waves on the face, those big carves, Kanoa could get the nod past Toledo. But wow, a lightning fast Toledo, defending champ. Let's see it.
Well, here goes Kanoa Igarashi. The young gun on fire, raced a long way to find this open face down the line. And he wants to really make this count. Almost loses it there. Does well to stay on his feet, up into the pocket again. And a busy finish to the ride, falling off the roof to finish that one off.
That was crazy. That was like a feline.
Amazing stuff.
I don't know how he kept his board under his feet. He was flying. It's like he had his claws just latched in. A bit more of a breeze, and it's from the correct direction as far as getting offshore. I mean, he had to work so hard, pedal to the metal. I mean, look how fast.
So it looks like he's taking that advice on in the opening stages here.
And I think that there's confidence that it come from two guys like that telling him, first off, but also seeing the scores that he's been producing.
Here we go, though. Here comes the reply from Filipe Toledo. The Brazilian, the new world #1, opens up with a searing frontside arc, getting right back into the bowl. Starting to square up, finding those transition floaters to get himself back down the line. Already so much damage done on this wave. And loading up for something big on the inside here. Mixes up his approach, climbs up onto the roof. I don't know how many turns was on that wave, but I'm guessing around 10. It all just happened so fast.
Oh, man, the acceleration he carries is just unbelievable. It's paid off in the long run because he is able to utilize that speed in such positive ways. Look at this carve all the way around, spray flying everywhere. I mean, so much variety in all of these different styles of turns. Again, he tweaks that. The board going back the opposite direction each and every time. And how's this wave? I mean, it gave him such great opportunity. Right back into it again and explodes on that closeout move. You'd have to say one of the better waves we've seen all day today as he drives through it one more time. I mean, he shredded that wave. It wasn't the wave itself and the size that will probably see this number go up into the excellent range. It's all the different style of turns he does and all the acceleration he carries through.
But the one that Filipe will be thinking about is the performance here in the second round against Kanoa last year. He had a monster heat score total. Absolutely waxed the young surfer. But Kanoa's looking like a different competitor this year.
Look at that number running.
9.57 for Toledo on that first wave.
Wow.
Down the line, Filipe Toledo's considering swinging. He does. Picks this one off. Let's see what we can do with it. Loading up, so much speed. Big clean face out in front. Huge hook. Back up into the pocket, and again, absolutely obliterates the pocket. A third move. Beautiful carves, now floating down the line, and he'll finish.
A good number for Kanoa. Probably take him out of combo, but what can you say about this? I mean, everything into that, drives his arms through that, then the layback snap. We're talking about major moves. Those two back-to-back. Oh, well, 3. And just doesn't look like he'll ever let up.
I actually like this wave better than his first.
Yeah.
Just the strength of those first 3 turns, the acceleration through the maneuvers.
Oh, totally agree. As equal. I mean, the judges 9.57. There's not a lot of room above it.
The thing about Filipe is when he's flowing, it's aggressive. When he's being aggressive and attacking the pocket, it's just so exciting to watch. So much speed, even in slow-mo, you can tell how much he's accelerating out of that move.
So there's some great technique. You know, he understands there's opportunity down the line, but to be able to drive through that move as he does, I mean, look where his body gets contorted.
The celebration, it's worthy. Igarashi now has to do something special. He needs to stay on pace. He's probably going to be comboed after that last score comes through from Filipe. Wants to keep it a one-wave battle. Chasing this one for a moment, but the wave has height. And the 20-year-old really starting to load up. There's a beautiful hit. Plenty of spray coming off the tail. And again, just whipping his board through another very tidy arc. He's had a lot of room to move on this ride. Plants the float to finish. That feels good.
Yeah.
There's the celebration.
This is
nice
a heat.
work.
This is a heat. That was exactly the answer Kanoa needed. Unbelievable what Filipe did there, but Kanoa with a nice, I mean, the fact that he kicked out, knowing that there's another wave behind it, and this wave was way further up the point, and he got some maneuvers done. That was probably the takeoff point that we saw from Filipe on that wave. But this wave, good size on it, like you had mentioned. Those outside turns, you know, not the best, but he really made up for it in this inside section. Beautiful arcs there, nice and smooth. Tagging the section there, getting that water thrown off the top. Beautiful arc one more time, and then his legs are burning here. Drives through that thing, and then the last move, making sure that he connects with it nicely and pulls it off. So at this point, he is building like a champion should. And what's he going to give us to the final?
A 10-point ride, that's what he usually does. And let's see what he can do here. He's up again. And really, he can afford to be casual, but that's not what he's going to do. He's going to attack this wave with everything he's got. Big float, huge drawn-out bottom turn, and unloads on the end section. Unsure whether this one will go into his top two, but it's probably going to be another excellent number.
You know what? I think that Filipe, you know, we touched on like, conserve some energy. He's too much of a showman. Strategy out the window. Just keep going big. I want to see something. That last turn was so difficult to do. I mean, even these just dynamic snaps, you know, and that sections aren't easy, but this right here, as he's carrying all the speed, the big layback gaff off the lip, I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that is a huge karate chop. Look at this back leg, straightens out in the lip, layback, and just hi-ya! That is sick. Thank you, Filipe.
When he's on in conditions like this, a right-hander, he's the best surfer in the world.
He has all the talent in the world. He has the ability, the quickness. You know, his backhand is so good. It's just a matter of really psychologically getting over that hump and going there and doing it.
Well, right now, he's not thinking about that. He's thinking about taking out Event 6, the Corona Open J-Bay. Kanoa Igarashi, an amazing performance, but it will be very difficult for him to turn this lead around. Drifts the tail. Just looks so sharp throughout this contest. Again, just floating across the lip with the fins hanging out the back to dry. But he's not going to finish this one off, and he's just in that situation where he's having to push as hard as possible. That wave just wasn't going to offer up the score for him.
It absolutely wasn't. You know, and again, he's in a situation where he's needing 2 scores. They call it a combo. And the combo platter means you need 2. A very tough ask. I mean, this was an opportunity for him, and, you know, I'm sure he was looking to go above the lip. I mean, he's not going to give up. This kid has the grit. You know, we know that he's not that guy because we've seen what he's been able to do, you know, at Pipeline. But again, I think he just needed to go innovative, never give up.
Kanoa Igarashi making his way in after his best finish this season. And he'll be rocketing up the Jeep leaderboard, the 20-year-old, but it will be Filipe Toledo, the new world #1, taking on Wade Carmichael in the Corona Open J-Bay final. We've got the pre-final show coming up in just a moment with Joe Tapel.